This podcast is about real estate with intelligence. It is pulling the sword from the stone. This podcast is about that unique balance in real estate, that balance between technological intelligence and our emotional intelligence and the transactions and interactions with one another in the real estate process. That's why we're inviting expert guests, people who are knowledgeable and bring different perspective. Join me in exploring this fascination, the look behind the scenes of technological advancement and how it's interacting with people's decisions in real estate. Well, welcome, Dragan, to our podcast, Real Estate with Intelligence. You're a special guest because you are our first vendor, a contractor that we work with to serve a lot of the properties that we manage in property management for special needs and special service jobs. Can you describe a little bit more about VODA and what you do and why the partnership between Chambers Theory and VODA works so well?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here today and to serve you guys for all these years and your clients. So, VODA Cleaning Restoration specializes in cleaning and restoration. Obviously, we do hardwood floors, carpets, and area rug cleaning and upholstery on the cleaning side. And we do water damage restoration, mold remediation. And we also do air duct cleaning. Working with you guys for all these years, I think it was most with the move in, move out cleaning on the carpet side that we help a lot, and also with the things that nobody wants to deal with, which is flooded basements and leaking pipes and overflowing toilets.
So it's interesting because I think at first, the first thought that might come to people's mind is, what does Real Estate with Intelligence podcast have to do with a company that does cleaning and water restoration and recovery? And yet, actually a lot more than people think, because there's technological intelligence, there's strategic intelligence, and yet there's this deep emotional impact that you often get to see in addition to how you strategically organize your business.
Yep.
Talk to us a little bit more about the emotional impact you experience when you show up at properties and how that plays into your customer service strategic implementation for your business.
Sure. So first of all, the most important thing is to respond immediately. Having available technician manager who can go and assess the situation and see what needs to be done, it's the most important thing. So I think we did really good job in responding quickly and knowing what is the next step and how to do it. So being organized and right on through the systems and processes that we implemented over the years, I think that's really helpful. Going to people's homes with a flooded basement, it's not something that anybody's happy about. We have a flooded basement. The owner is not happy. There's a lot of stuff and content is ruined. They don't know what to expect, who to expect, who's going to show up, how they're going to treat my home. Will they ruin it? Will they know how to do it? It's a big deal, right? Choosing the right contractor for something like that, it's not an easy task. So we try to approach with understanding of, first of all, that they're not happy about what happened and how we can explain what is the next step. We walk them through every single step that needs to happen to put the home back in the pre-existing condition, right? So from extracting the water, removing the standing water, to removing the affected materials, installing air movers and dehumidifiers to dry the place, monitoring every day, coming back, making sure everything is drying properly, and on the end of the day, putting it back together.
It's interesting. So, you described the step-by-step process and the importance of responsiveness, the importance of assessment. And I especially like this assessment aspect because, to me, it's it's a problem well defined is half solved. So, you've done the response, quick response. You create an accurate assessment, and then you start to set expectations of what all the steps are. When you're doing that, when you're walking people through that, what are you really helping them with? Because you already know what you need to do for the job. Why do you take the time to explain it step by step to other people before it actually happens?
Well, it's a very important conversation to prepare them what to expect. They know we have a flooded damage. It's a damage. What's next? How long is it gonna take? How much is gonna cost? What is gonna be when you guys finish with the remediation? What is the step after that? Are you guys gonna put it together, or are you guys do the repairs and all those questions? And in the moments when people, saying hurting, which they are, seeing the basement and looking like a swimming pool, it's not a joke, it's not funny, and you need to tell them, look, this is what is the next step. We have to remove the standing water, but also we will have to cut the drywall that's affected. We have to remove the materials that affected. Your personal things, unfortunately, probably are ruined, so we will save everything we can, but most of it is probably ruined already. And just to tell them, on the end of the day, this is how we like to approach. On the end of the day, this place is going to look better than it looked before it happened. You're going to get to choose new flooring. You're going to get to choose new colors. So most of the people on the end of the conversation, like, you know what? I was thinking about remodeling my basement for a while now, so maybe this is a good time to do it.
Well, that's a silver lining in the cloud there. And I like how just the very act of describing what's going to happen next and providing choices and options to people, it creates clarity over what's going to happen. And I always say that the more clear, the less fear. That's one of the things we live by in this office as well. And one of the other things that I really get a sense of is your deep sense of care. And that's one of the reasons we really like to partner with you. Not only are you efficient, and you help people take them through the process to set their expectations for our clients and our customers, our landlords and tenants, yet it's your deep sense of care for what you do. So I'd really like that to come through. I'd really want people to get an understanding of why, as an extension of a property management company that puts a lot of emphasis and care, and what we believe is this higher calling of care in property management, we have to work with contractors that have that deep sense of care too. Otherwise, it gets lost in the translation from us into the people who are actually affecting the jobs on the property. Like, I know you have this deep sense of care. Help us understand, help everybody understand, why is it you put so much into what you do? I mean, I think, you wrote that when I asked you this question earlier, that the emotional impact is intense on you, not just on the people that you're serving.
Absolutely. And we do care, and I think everything starts from leadership. So if I don't care what's going to be with my technicians and how they're going to treat their homes, we're always about quality versus quantity. We always wanted to make sure that we are available, to make sure that we can do the job quickly, efficiently. It puts people back in normal life. Having flat basements, having drying equipment for a couple of days, having people coming in and out of the home. Do they have kids? Do they don't have kids? Do they have pets? Do they, all these things that the routine is changed, and just to have them accept that it's not something I can just tell them how to do it. We have to come with our hearts and explain, look, we are not happy about this, but we will make sure that we make it as easy as possible for you, and do everything we can to save everything that's salvageable, and to make sure that we don't make too much of the noise and stuff like that. It's important. I know that we can be like, look, this is what it needs to be done. Sorry, it's not my fault that your basement is flooded, but we don't want to approach like that way. We want to make sure that they are feeling very comfortable with us being in the home. And my technicians, my managers, they all, we invest in people. I care about my team more than anything, because by investing in my team, and most of my team members have been with me for like over 4 years now, up to 11 years. So when we get the person in our team, we want to keep them. We want to train them well. So just having those years of experience and knowing how we function, how we work, how we care, it's a very important thing in our company. And we, as a mission to provide a healthier home environment, that's what we always do, cleaning or restoring the home. That's what's in our minds.
Yeah. There's something about the cleaning and restoring that I hear a lot out there in the marketplace. There's a lot of companies that do that. Yet I have found very few in property management that do it to the level of detail, with the level of passion, and also the emphasis of taking care of their team that you do in your team. So if we're talking about intelligence, real estate with intelligence, and in the spectrum of artificial intelligence, strategic intelligence, technological intelligence, emotional intelligence, is there one that stands out to you as most important for you in your business? And do you see yourself being replaced by the Terminator artificial intelligence machine anytime soon?
I don't think so. It's coming. It's coming, but human still needs to be on this earth and do what we need to do. So I would say the emotions, like everybody's like, oh, if you want to run the business, don't have emotions and you got to be professional. Yeah, that's all true. For me, it's all about caring, having emotions and having strategies. So if you're going to if you're running the business and you want to be efficient, you have to have a systems, checklist and all these processes in the place. But if you don't follow them, things go wrong ways. How to follow, but you got to care, right? So if you care about providing the best customer service out there and giving the client experience, not just go and clean the carpets and clean up the basement, but just through the whole process, giving them experience that they won't forget. And next day they will refer you to a friend, or most of our business comes from referrals. So I think the emotions are like everything else. It builds the house, I guess.
Full hearts, full homes.
Yeah, there you go.
So, outside of the intelligence discussion, or really on the opposite side of it, I should say, when we talk about this human intelligence and fun hobbies and interests and maybe interesting tricks you have up your sleeve, like, tell us something about you that not most people wouldn't know, but it's an interesting thing outside of technological and emotional intelligence.
Well, the funniest thing I would say that I am the guy who plays tennis with left hand, ping pong table. When I used to boxing, left hand would be the first one. But then on the other side, I write with the right hand. I can do a lot of things with left and right hand as well, but it's kind of funny that between right and left hand, things are kind of separated a little bit. And when I used to play soccer, it was a right leg. I couldn't use much left one, but then with the hands, it's really funny that I can, my wife likes to make fun of me when I eat. I sometimes, if you put my fork on the left side, I'll use left hand. If you put it on the right side, I'll use right hand.
It was ambidextrous, I guess they say.
I guess, yep. That's
and you can also speak 2 languages?
Yeah, Serbian and English. Hopefully I can do English as well. Trying to.
Do it quite well. And you mentioned boxing. You used to box with your left hand. Yep. We discussed earlier, if there was a movie character or a TV show character that you really relate with and why, who would that be?
Well, this is a classic. So Rocky movie, all Rocky movies, I just watched them so many times, and not just because of the movies. What happened before the movie? How Sylvester Stallone was homeless and had this dream in his head, and was able to kind of sell the script of the movie for $200,000. You're homeless, you have nothing. You have a dog. He sold the dog later on too. But the whole story, how he actually never give up on the script, never went for money. He went for the dream. It's very inspiring to me that even in the movies, never give up and don't stop believing. So coming from Serbia 16, 17 years ago, and couldn't speak any English, couldn't understand anything, small little town, all we did play soccer and marbles and things like that. That's all we did back in Serbia. And coming to this beautiful country and try to make it, it's a big deal. And you have to have a big heart and not to give up, because it was so many times that it was so much easier to give up.
Yeah, cool. Is there a favorite Rocky movie out of the
Well,
franchise?
Rocky 1, I would say, and Rocky 4. And I think Rocky 4 is the one that he beats
Ivan
the Russian.
Drago. Which I thought maybe
Similar
there's a
name.
part of you with your name Dragan that you would be like, I'm an Ivan Drago fan.
Similar name, but one Dragan is enough. So.
Ooh, I like that. That should be your new slogan.
Right.
One Dragon is enough. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about VODA in particular and your team, and what we have experienced is your deep standard for customer service and excellence, or high standard, I should say. Tell us a little bit more about what you'd like us to see or know about your company.
Well, first of all, I want to say also about you guys, how easy is to work with you guys. When you're in the same, when you have kind of similar car values, and when you want to give the experience to the clients and you care, it's easy to work and partner up like you guys. And we really love working with you, and it's always a pleasure helping your clients. And we just want to appreciate it very much that you're using our company for all the services. About VODA, what is up and rising, and we always had my vision was always to have that to expand, right, to have a bigger company, but then realize that big companies might lose at quality work. So how to keep the quality but not stop with few trucks, and how to expand it. So we are franchising. That's a brand new thing. It just happened a month and a half ago. We partner up with some amazing people that been in franchise business for a long time. They know what they're doing. They like our system, the company, how we run it. I got very along with a franchise CEO, Dan from New York, who is my partner. And as soon as we met, we just knew that was something going to happen. And we put these things together. And VODA, we obviously will keep the DMV for us, DC Metro and Virginia, but other states might need to experience what we provide here.
And how far do you see that vision going?
Well, 100 units, 300 territories in next 3 to 5 years. So we want to definitely dream big. We'll see how we're going to do.
That's really exciting. So Dragan, how would you say full hearts and full homes in Serbian?
Puno srce, puna kuća.
And when you think of the future for your business here locally, and also where the franchise is going to go in your vision, where do you see that mixture of care and full hearts and full homes with the other franchisee owners in the other regions and locations where they have a shop? It'll be called VODA. Is that true?
Yes.
Do you see that same level of care in your vision, or is it more about the process and the strategic implementation of what you do so well?
Well, I think the process is easier to build. The culture is different. So we want to really continue with care. So all the franchisees that will come in the system will have to understand that treating technicians and treating members of the company and clients, it's a really, really big deal. We have over 1,500 excellent reviews over the Angie's and Google, and we really want to continue. There's so many companies out there doing the restoration and cleaning, and they're not all bad, but if you can, so the whole new thing about VODA is a new level of clean. So we want to elevate cleaning and restoration through the nation, and I think we can do that with caring about people and helping our clients more than just putting great system in the place.
Ooh, there's something really interesting about this. A whole new level of clean. It almost sounds like a potential slogan, but with that emotional or care element, does care and the emotional intelligence make a difference in the level of clean?
I think so. I think that it just comes with that. If you want to provide new level and step up to the new level, you have to care. You can't do it without it.
Well, I think, if I ever have worries or anxieties, I'm going to call you to clean that up too. It's not just my house.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. And where's your first location going to be?
Well, we're still working on it. We have few candidates. It's so funny. We're getting some people from around here, and everybody want to get my areas. I'm like, it's taken. Sorry, but we'll see. I would like to have somebody close by.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would like to have somebody, Pennsylvania maybe, or West Virginia, more south, Richmond, that area, because we can really train them well, keep them accountable, and help them to continue doing what we've been doing for 14 years.
What about Philadelphia, home of Rocky?
There we go.
Is that going to be your territory?
Well,
or are you
I might have a my statue there too.
I like it. Dragan, thank you so much for coming in. I really enjoyed the chat.
No, absolutely. Thank you.
This podcast is about real estate with intelligence. It is pulling the sword from the stone. This podcast is about that unique balance in real estate, that balance between technological intelligence and our emotional intelligence, and the transactions and interactions with one another in the real estate process. That's why we're inviting expert guests, people who are knowledgeable and bring different perspective. Join me in exploring this fascination, the look behind the scenes of technological advancement and how it's interacting with people's decisions in real estate.